Brother, today we're stepping into a place that is far from light, far from casual, and certainly not meant for the faint-hearted. What I'm about to reveal carries enormous weight. And before we go any further, I want to acknowledge the courage that brought you here. You saw the warning at the beginning, yet you still decided to stay, to listen, and to face the harsh truths that most men spend their entire lives trying to avoid. This kind of courage doesn't demand recognition. It's quiet, steady, and incredibly powerful. This isn't entertainment. We're not here to talk about tricks, charm, seduction techniques, or recycled advice. We're here to confront the truth, a painful truth, raw and unfiltered. The kind of truth that can shake everything you once believed about love, trust, and loyalty. A truth powerful enough to reopen old wounds, scars you thought had already disappeared. But sometimes, brother, real growth requires exactly this. It requires you to return to those scars and finally understand what they were trying to teach you. What I'm about to tell you isn't some exaggerated story created simply to gain attention. It's not meant to be fiction. It comes from research, from real pain, and from the quiet stories of men who carried their suffering alone without ever speaking about it. For a long time, these realities have been studied and collected. Not for fame, not for numbers, but for men like you. Men who fight their battles silently because nobody ever prepared them for the truth. So let this moment become your awakening. If you're still here, say it quietly to yourself. I see the truth. Because whether you're already married or simply thinking about marriage someday, one of the deepest principles of a man's character is loyalty. Your loyalty is your crown, your honor, and part of the foundation that defines the man you choose to become. But now comes the difficult question. What if the person you gave that loyalty to never truly deserved it? I'm not telling you this to break you, brother. I'm telling you this to protect you before we go deeper into this storm. Take a breath, because from this moment forward, brother, we're walking directly into the fire. November 6th, 1948, Chicago, M25. A 34-year-old man was unknowingly stepping into a chapter of his life that would leave a permanent scar upon his soul. He wasn't wealthy, he wasn't famous. He was simply an ordinary man carrying a heart filled with loyalty. That same year, he married the woman he believed would remain beside him for the rest of his life. She would quietly tell him, "You are everything I want for the rest of my life." Those words became the foundation of his hope, his faith, and the future he imagined building together. But words, my friend, can fade. Promises can gradually lose their meaning. And something that appears strong and unbreakable on the outside can slowly collapse beneath the truths that remain hidden. A growing gap between two people who were once supposed to walk through life side by side. He worked endlessly, balancing 2 jobs throughout the day and into the night. He wasn't rich in money, but he was wealthy in determination. His greatest possession was his loyalty. He never chased luxury. He never obsessed over status. His dream was simple: to come home, share a meal, and fall asleep beside the woman he loved. To him, that was paradise. But somewhere along the way, her heart had already begun drifting away. Slowly, piece by piece, she started pulling back. Not only emotionally, but from every part of the life they had once built together.